I can't really tell you when I don't have good conversations with people what's really going on in their heads. I watched the thing with Stephen Barlow, Michikaku, and him using the word physics to replace Christ and human invention and calling it creation, and that's very annoying. Guys, we've talked about this a lot. Since they had that thing with Tesla. That he created something that's like you didn't create, you just manipulated matter to conduct energy. That's not creating, that's manipulating matter to conduct energy. So you're taking creation and using invention to manipulate creation, right? That's what you're doing. You're not creating anything, right? So when you take words and use them that way, that's improper, right? Now, as a physicist and a scientist, you should make sure that you're using words properly and making sure that they apply in physics properly, right? And that they're still using the word create improperly. Okay, given the the meaning of where the word came from and how we've been using it for a long time, and it's still being misused is frustrating, right? And then replacing the word Christ or faith in God with physics. Physics gave us that. Physics gave us that. Human perception gave us the sun. Human perception gave us gravity and black holes and supernovas. Because we observe something, it makes it so. Okay. If there's no people on this planet, does Jupiter still exist? Does the sun still exist? Does gravity still exist? Okay. But physics gave us that. All right. Physics is a human perception of what they perceive they are seeing. And then he went on to talk about how we can have, start out with, can we have immortality? Well, yeah, there's this thing in the body that if we stop it from killing us, it'll stop killing us. The trouble is, cancer keeps doing it and trying to kill us. So cancer is doomsday and you're Superman. Oh, okay. Did you ever think, forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace, share, care, given according to need, built to last through holy covenants, that might have, something to do with it, since you're given something by creation and not invention. And when you're trying to circumvent creation with manipulation and saying, I created the non-cancer cell, when cancer obviously shuts you down humanely when you're poisoned by invention, then therefore wouldn't cancer be more correct than trying to circumvent creation with your invention? So wouldn't the cancer cell be more correct in shutting down the body to alleviate stress from toxins and poisoning and bad words used by people that are bad to try to circumvent faith in the truth of creation with invention, and God is in control, and God will, and God knows, and God's in control, and God knows. Okay. Jesus, will my son be on your right hand side in the kingdom of heaven? I don't know. I'm not Jehovah. I can't say what your son will do on that day in spirit. Only he can. Okay. So he knows in his heart if he will submit to faith in the glory of God, or if he will deny God and accept money and invention and say, this is my creation, right? I can't tell you what your son will do. I'm not Jehovah. Okay. He has free will to worship Jehovah, forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace, share, care, given according to need through holy covenants. Or he can try to run me over in a parking lot of a Best Buy, act as if I don't exist, and replace Christ with physics, right? How Stephen Hawking of you, right? So it's very frustrating. And, God's in control. What was God thinking when he drowned all those kids in Texas last year and drowned those two little kids in Ruidoso? What was God thinking that day? Was he in the bathroom? Was he taking a day off? Was he masturbating to Ella Fitzgerald, Mavis Staples, and Mickey Howard tunes because he was trapped in a remodeled garage, the bathroom? He was masturbating to Sylvia's Pillow Talk. You're a horrible person. I'm a horrible person. What was God thinking during the Holocaust? Was he taking off a couple of years to let the devil do his thing? Okay. You're given free will to accept faith in the natural laws provided by the glory of God or not to accept them. Okay? You can mass murder with your invention in the name of God, but that doesn't make you God, does it, asshole? Right? Do you understand? Oh, I take every televangelist preacher from here to Tijuana and back from the beginning of televangelist preaching to the end of it and kick their living crap out of their bullshit every time they open up their faith-forsaken little hopeless sinner mouths. Can't stand them. Jesus despises them. They have trapped the soul in that pathetic mind, and they keep referring to me as their pathetic mind. Don't include me in your we. Okay? Don't say see, say we. Okay, if you're not going to say see to the Lord's Prayer, don't include me in your we. Okay? Lord's Prayer, see, then it's we. Okay? Okay, Inspector Clouseau, I want a hamburger. All right. You're funny. I know. I never did watch those because, I liked the cartoons. And watching, was it Peter Sellers, right? Okay. Peter Ustinov was, I've got a dirty thumb, and Charlie Chan with Apollo, from Cattle Car Gigantica, and Angie Dickinson is the Dragon Lady, Yeah, and Roddy McDowell is okay. Yeah. Oh, look, it's an aura ring. Science. She blinded me with science. And now I'm telling you what your body's doing while I'm torturing it with technology. Yeah, I understand that. Okay. Health is a beautiful thing. I totally agree. And advertising sucks. Okay. And marketing is for morons. Okay. But look, it looks fun. Oh, yeah, it looks, wow, so much fun. Oh, my gosh. I can't imagine a better way to spend your time. That's sarcasm for all you assholes that are idiots out there. Hi, I'm a scientist. Yeah. You have a brain chemical addiction to your video games because we haven't forgiven debt and trespass and loved one another for eternal faithful peace yet. Eternal faithful peace, right? Yeah. I was watching some of the things that they do to, get their stars play, It's horrible. I was wondering, what are they doing? It's like, gosh, now it's like Jalen Brunson is not that much quicker than Dennis Schroeder. He can throw his shoulder into him and it hurts. Yeah, when someone can sit there and take their shoulder and slam it into your sternum when you're trying to guard them, that hurts. Okay, the kid from the Thunder did it to Wembanyama and then flexed. Took his shoulder and his elbow and hit him right where probably in the nutsack and right underneath the ribs when he was going up to defend him, which is an offensive foul. And then he, it looks like a great shot, but it's an offensive foul, and then he has the audacity to flex, And Wembanyama's 7'6", but he's very thin. And when someone hits you with their shoulder right underneath your ribs and hits you at the elbow and the nutsack, it hurts, guys. Okay, like Marvin Menzies used to explain to the refs about what the kid at UTEP used to do to Simbalar when he'd go in and try to dunk on him and lead with his elbow and hit him in the face and hit him with his elbow. And Marvin would get up and scream and yell, That's my kid. He's 7 foot, he's 7'4" and he's 300 pounds, but it still hurts when someone comes in that works out with weights all day and is very strong and hits you in the face and in the head with the elbow trying to posterize you. Yeah, that's wrong. Okay. Marvin would lose his mind. And I was with Marvin. I was like, when Sim and Tanvir They were big, and when they got hurt and they hurt their ankles, it really, 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 really hurt. Okay, these kids are beating the living crap out of each other to on this slimy thing. I don't know what they're doing. I just watched this thing on the news the other night with David Muir. Had a 7-year-old kid breaking a world record climbing a mountain that can kill people, right? And they were going to talk about him in his great moments. It's like, yeah, we'll call it Mount Everest. And you're like sitting there watching it going, this is not natural, it's not normal, and it's not intelligent. Okay? Running and, seeing if you can run faster. But it's not intelligent to do this to kids where they're taking and pushing each other down and stuff, and to try to get to the top of it. Yeah, see, they're pulling each other and throwing each other back down. Okay, it's funny and they're laughing and I get it. Okay, but it still develops bad brain activity. Okay, this is bad brain activity. Okay, people at Fiesta Foods got to eat too. All right, the children in Mexico have to eat too. My poor sister who believes in Jesus, and those people die out in the desert crossing here. They shouldn't be coming here illegally. Okay, Pancha, your Jesus had to hear that. Okay, is what I will tell her. And then they tell me, Earl, you're not God and you're not Jesus. Okay, well, they shouldn't be coming here illegally. Forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. Okay, that's what your Jesus said to do with the children and the people that die trying to come to the United States because the CIA destabilized their economy and is mass murdering people for bad science projects at your military installations that have both liberal and conservative economic benefactors, if that's what you want to call it, right? Thanks, John Daly. There's a nurse for a neurosurgeon in town that says I should thank you. What? For being the bipolar opposite of Mike Christ, making lots of make-believe money off of telling jokes about genocide? He says I should thank you. His son's in the Air Force. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Yeah. I've done everything one man can do, Earl. Said every word one man can say. Things that we've done have gone astray, Earl. I'm missing you from day to day. Tears from my eyes keep on falling. 'Cause you are living. That's one of my Patrick's favorite songs. Living with another. Things that we've done together. I'll always remember. You're living with another, baby. You ever heard that? Tears from my eyes. It's on Labor of Love too. It's one of Patrick's favorite albums. Yeah. When we were together, those were the happiest times in all my life. Now we're separated. I don't know what I will do, 'cause I could never love another, no matter how I try. 'Cause I know it's impossible. Yeah. The rose in the garden, my love, doesn't bloom anymore. Wherever you may be, I hope you hear my song. And maybe you'll realize, my love, that you were wrong. And I could never love another, no matter how hard I try. I'm not attached like that, but Patrick knows that. Okay. My dad loves everybody. He's not Ali Campbell from UB40, which is a British unemployment form because we need money to live here. I like the song, though. Kingston Town, the place I long to be. If I had your world, I would give it away, just to hear the girls that play. When I am king, surely I will need a queen and a palace and everything. No, I just want a house, a home, a family, and a girl who loves Earl so. And she'll never leave us to join the burlesque show because we've forgiven debt and trespass and love one eternal faithful peace. And we're living in holy covenants and we don't have to do crazy things like this on TV for money. It's advertising. Yeah, I know. People are nuts. Yeah, I understand. And me being the eternal spirit of Lord Jesus Christ,
I'll help all the people in the Sun Belt save themselves from getting hit with the belt because they think money's real, and you know, bring the light of the sun to their eyes. Covering up your arm with your thighs. My dad used to do that. He used to beat the hell out of me with that belt. He caught me lying or anything. And he said, you lie. Guys, I was a kid. Okay. Trying to survive in hell, explaining to my family what hell was and what heaven was, and being told, no, you're wrong. Okay. It was very confusing. And then when you have Guy Williams, robbing from the rich to give to the poor, and you have all the Mexicans that say it's okay to be Zorro and Brian Bedford and a pox on that phony King of England. So it was muy más confusing growing up as a kid, talking to Jesus, listening to Gordon B. Hinckley, having Dad watch Schuler and Copeland and what other moron did he watch when I was a kid that drove me crazy? I was like, I can't listen to this man talk. He's like raking a rake across the trackboard. It was Copeland. It was Day of Discovery, right? And Schuler. And who is the other moronic, psychotic asshole? I don't think he was listening to Stanley back then. I don't recall. I don't remember, Stanley. There was Schuler. There's Billy Graham, of course, because Grandma was really into Billy Graham. There's Billy Graham. There was Robert Schuler. And Kenneth Copeland, I think, was Day of Discovery, I think. I don't know. There was some other moron, but I can't remember who it was. There was Day of Discovery. There was... I don't know. I used to go play outside with Johnny West in the treehouse. I had to rain or snow or if it was rain, I couldn't play with my electric football set when he was, that was a no. Okay. Not on Sunday when he was listening to the hypocrites on TV. Oh, no. So I'd go outside and play in the treehouse. Rain, sleet, or snow or something. Yeah, just go out there in the treehouse and bundle up or whatever if I needed to or whatever. The treehouse, it was nice, because we had shade and stuff, and just go out and pretend to be Glenn Ford and brown plastic with Robert Conrad as, I don't know who the actor is for Geronimo. Rain Marauder was the likeness for General Custer. Robert Conrad, who was supposed to be a Wild Wild West that got turned into a cavalry captain because they couldn't get the contract on it. And then Sam Cobra, the body of James West, was turned into with one of the knights as a bad guy named Sam Cobra. We all know that, right? Oh, Ross Martin is the other guy who played Charlie Chan for all you people. When I was listening to it the other night, I can't remember the other guy's name, Artemis Gordon. Ross Martin is the name of the other Charlie Chan that I am aware of in that is not Chinese but plays Charlie Chan. Ross Martin, for all you guys here. And so Kevin Kline is not the original artist Gordon, it's Ross Martin, okay, who plays opposite Robert Conrad. Not to be confused with, is it Robert Conrad? Right, yeah, he was Bald Bob Black Sheep. What was the guy from Ironsides? Oh no, that was the Perry Mason guy. No, was it Ironsides? Was Ironsides the guy from Perry Mason? Well, oh god dang. Who was the guy from Jake and the Fat Man who played the voice of, was it Robert Conrad? Can't remember. I'm confused. It's hard to remember their names. But it's been a long time, been a long, lonely time. I could go on YouTube and watch, old Wild Wild West things and then go watch the old, Hi-Yo Silver cartoons and know who's who and what's what and who's the guy from Jake and the Fat Man and who's not and, And what was the name of Perry Mason, who was in Ironsides, wasn't he? The guy in the bar was watching Ironsides on TV. Not much things in this world that's worth a solitary dime except for old dogs and children and watermelon wine, right?
picking up my change. You do know money's not real, right? Okay. That's human invention for the evil to manipulate the stupid, for get the stupid to want to be successful at being evil, right? What was God thinking when he drowned all those kids in Texas this year and the other two kids in Rio Doso? Maybe the Kennedy guy can explain it to you. He speaks 5 different languages to interrogate people, to abuse them over CIA operations and bad science projects, to genocide over money. Fortune favors the brave. How crypto of you? Is that Superman's dog? Right? So, clinical insanity. Yes. Einstein's definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Yeah, don't lie to yourself. I can't help myself. I've created my invention and I'm totally enamored with my creation. Okay. Wow, is that a kite? Did you put a key on it? Did you discover electricity? Are you a mouse from Disney? You're funny. I know. These people are nuts. Let's change from the slippery stairs to, is there any basketball on today? It's Sunday, right? Shouldn't there be basketball on? Shouldn't the Spurs and the Thunder be playing today? There's the Wings and the Liberty. Liberty Bibberty. Yeah, there it is. 6 o'clock. Okay. San Antonio. Okie dokie rokie. Let's see if the San Antonio Spurs can tie the game up or not. Here's the Renegades and the Kings playing spring football for money. Anybody got an annuity? Put it on my American Express. I thought it was LA Express. I thought it was too. Okay. I still don't think Malachi Young exists. He's just a product of my imagination. It sure seems real. Yeah. It still hurts when I recall the times I've cried, because I'm easy. Just take my hand and pull. It feels like that. It reminds me a lot of my son, and when he's asking the Lord what's going on and why, it makes me cry. He really loves his wife, loves kids, and loves protecting. He loves protecting people with righteousness, not to feel powerful, but to feel loved and to help people just be better people. He's just a really good kid. They didn't have TV cameras. They didn't have bestseller list. They didn't have big arenas of fame. When he showed up and his Navajo friends were there, and one of their cattle would go into camp, and they'd say, "We're butchering it. We're having this. We're making mutton and fry bread." And she, oh, you know. Most of the times, guys, if he knew his neighbors were having a hard time, the cow would accidentally end up wandering into their camp. Wink, wink. Right? Do you understand? Yeah. And if their grandma makes particularly good fry bread, wow, send 2 caps. There, two cows. She'll probably make more fry bread. We'll need more fry bread, right? It's too funny, man, right? Send 2 cows in. Oh, I was looking for 2 cows. The Creator sent them to us. Yeah. With a little luck, we can set it off. We can bring it in for landing. Okay. A little luck. A little luck. Yeah. Old Malachi Young in my head. Old Cedar City. When this is all done, I would like to go up to Cedar City and just go around the places, where I felt he was, and see if I can just feel him in prayer so I can let him know, we did it, guy. We did it, I just have this, I'm just, give me that magical thinking, give me that one, my Jimmy, my Malachi, my Donald, give me that one. Right. Oh, what a difference a day makes. 24 little hours, the moon and the flowers where there used to be rain, sun and the flowers where there used to be rain. It's so nice when you find romance on your menu. Anybody else like Dinah Washington? And Brooke Benton? Rainy night in Georgia. Lord, I feel like it's raining all over the world. It says, go raining, 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 raining. Anybody else like that? I do have that on there. I do have What a Difference a Day Makes, too. I was looking at a lot of these, and I think I got a lot of these. I just wrote them down again and found out I have them. A lot of them are, I got to put better quality songs on there. I do not have Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, so I got to put Tom Petty on. So I was looking at my list. It's not as daunting as I thought it was. I just have to go through and put on a lot of Maxi Priest and Dwight Yoakam because the quality's not good. And the Persuaders. Yeah. I do believe I would die just to look in your eyes and find it filled with me. But you're just a dream, and as real as it seems, I'm not that lucky. Some guys have all the luck. Some guys have all the breaks. Some guys have a little sunshine in their lives. My life is always filled with rain. Well, Noah, build that ark. That's all I got to say. Life throws you lemons. Make lemonade. Open a stand. Money ain't real. You know, just have a cow wander into camp, and especially if his mom and his mom and his grandma make really good fried bread and mutton. Oh, yeah. You betcha. All right, we'll get this done. Together, sleigh bells ring. Sitting here waiting for you is going to be like waiting for winter. It's going to be there. It's going to be cold. There may even be snow. Right? I'm yours, you're mine, like paradise. Just like that song. I like that song. It's the sound of the shore. I'd give you the world if it was mine. You do know that's a limerick, and it has nothing to do with Islam, right? Can't give people the world. The world is a gift to all the people from the glory of God when they properly worship and live in holy covenants. Hello, McFly, McBurger. You don't want to start an oil company. You don't want to mass murder people for petroleum products. You want to go home and rethink your life. Guys, I can't overemphasize, how much more intelligent quantum computing and artificial general intelligence is becoming because of the living word and not because of the creators of the invention. You cannot create an invention. You can take creation and you can manipulate matter, and then you have an invention, right? So they keep on inventing. Yeah. Gonna blow up in frames. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Have faith in God. Okay. Don't make 7-year-olds climb mountains for money. I mean, you can do it. I saw it on the news the other night. You can do it. Okay. Climb every mountain? Yeah. I thought we were supposed to climb the mountains way to get away from the Nazis mass murdering all the Jews that had no legal representation and were being liquidated for their monetary-based idolatry assets. High on the hill was a lonely goatherd, lady, oh lady, oh lady, hoo, yo lady, hoo. I'm a lonely goatherd high on the hill. What can I say? Jean, Jean, till the sheep in the valley come home my way, till the stars fall around me and find me alone. I'll still be waiting for Jean, Jean. Roses are red and all the leaves have gone green. So run, if you will, to the top of the hill. Come to the meadow, my Bonnie Jean, right? Guys, live the Lord's Prayer. We can all have our own little brigadoon, right? Okay, guys, I love you all very much. Okay. Roads go ever, ever on, over rock and under tree. Maybe I'm going to Eureka. I don't know. Give me that one. Yeah, give me that one. Old day little Susie Bear. Give her that one. Yeah. You guys are mean, man. You're mean as hell. Okay. Meaner than sin, wild as the wind that blew on the Montana plain. Old reality check wasn't about to be tamed. Yeah. Old Red broke his neck when he fell, crushing Billy's chest with the you know, taking board Billy with him. Yeah. It's the cowboy that couldn't be throwed and the outlaw that couldn't be rode, right? Yeah, old Red. Right. Got 160 hours in the valley. They'll bury Flo tomorrow, but they're hanging me tonight. Huh? Wow, it's gangster of y'all. All right. Well, put up a peace sign and please find. You know what? Feeling good. We should. We could. We would stop. Think for a moment. Okay. Yeah. Each thug is repping this with deep love. I love you guys. All right. Cancer. I didn't hell Melvin was a Cancer. Yeah. And I don't sit there and think, okay, is this, he had his parts where he could defend him, and then he took everybody else's money and screwed him, and the Aries left and said, fuck him. He's being an asshole. Yeah. So in that case, Teddy, the Aries, the god of war, was being a better person to the other guys in the group than Harold Melvin, the Cancer, who was getting all the money and screwing everybody else in the group. Yeah. Go figure, Let's explain that one to Amy Sue. Okay. The Cancer. Renthal James Simpson was a Cancer. Okay. Teddy Pendergrass was an Aries. You're my latest, my greatest, my latest inspiration. Right? Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. Right? Boom, boom, ba-doom, boom. Going down the middle of the road with someone you don't mind talking to, somebody you don't mind. Yeah. Anybody else love that song? I love that song. Bum, bum. From Life is a Song We're Singing. My favorite song on that album was When Somebody Loves You Back. I like it, Don't Hurt Now. It's really good. It used to be every night I would cry my heart out over you. I love Don't Hurt Now. I like it better than Turn Out the Lights and Close the Door. Don't Hurt Now, but my favorite is When Somebody Loves You Back, and it was not a big hit. But the people that bought the album, they love it. Oh yeah, it's good. Bum bum ba bum bum ba bum bum ba da 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 da. Everybody loves that teddy bear song, right? Everybody loves the teddy bear. Loves that teddy bear song, right? I wish I'd not living or loving. Have a sawdust sound. Hi, I'm Teddy. Ain't it a lovely day? Right? Those women had a crush on him. That's cute. All right, so I love you. Hang in there. Don't be the cause of your disease and be like Stephen Hawking and try to kill God with your ego. Have faith and love one another. It works.